Okay, folks, Fast and the Furious 9. It's time for Mike's Instant Movie Review. Now, if you've been following these movie reviews, you know that I'm new to this franchise as a viewer. And I saw there's a black cat in the parking lot. That's exciting. I saw my first Fast and the Furious, I guess the one from 2017. In the theater a few weekends ago. I was confused because I thought it was going to be this one, which it wasn't. The movie here is getting out at about 1:08 in the morning, Monday morning, the week's beginning. Nice to see a movie that starts 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday night. It's nice. I don't know if you folks, where you grew up or where you've lived, if you had midnight movies on the weekend, which seems to be a thing of the past, at least where I'm at. But that was always fun, wasn't it? So I'm going to go into my vehicle. Once I get through this Mike's Instant Movie Review, we'll have some other weekend wrap-up thoughts of all things. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel, some controversies, some disputes. But let's talk about this movie. So I guess I'll say that if you're a Fast and the Furious fan, aficionado, if you're familiar with the series, you probably will like this movie. If you're not, if you're new to it like myself, I don't know what to say. You can give it a shot, but I think like a lot of these movies, whether it's this or Star Wars or anything, it's hard to kind of jump in at the end or 10 movies into it and try to catch up. I mean, it's a difficult task, but I'm trying to do my best. As far as the special effects or the this or the that, there's certainly great effects. There's certainly great car chases and scenes and all the wonderful things that you'd expect from a movie with this title. I'm gonna find my little light bulb thing. The gentleman requested I use this light, so I'm trying to honor his wishes. Okay, here we go. But here's the thing, folks. I'm gonna say that this is a good movie. It's a decent movie. It's fun. It's exciting. John Cena's okay. He's actually pretty good. He might be a better actor than Vin Diesel, to be honest with you. And I did not protest this movie because of John Cena's, should I say placating to the Chinese? Should I say pandering? You tell me. You tell me. The it's good. But here's the thing. See, I make films myself. And when I say films, you can judge me. You can judge my work. It's not big budget stuff. But you can see that my actors are, I would say, look, the actors that I'm using or myself, we're not the big names that you're going to get. You're not going to get Charlize Theron right now in a Mike Messier movie. Or Helen Mirren or someone of that ilk, name recognition. But what I'll say about myself and the actors I've worked with is we put a lot of, and unlike a lot of independent film directors, and apparently unlike some mainstream big budget things, they don't put a lot of time into actually rehearsing their fucking lines. So you can tell that obviously John Cena and the rest, they want to do well. They've probably worked with an acting coach. But there's a certain style of acting in this movie that I've seen in a lot of movies where it's posturing. And this movie is loaded with big name talents. Charlize Theron, Helen Mirren. There's some cameos. I won't ruin them for you. But the point is, they also, even with the billions or millions of dollars being spent to make this movie, they do certain techniques to save money, which is you put your Helen Mirren, you've got her for 2 days, you put her in a scene with Vin Diesel that's apart from everybody else. You've got your You know, Charlize Theron, you've got her for 4 or 5 days. You know, I'm trying not to break down everything, but basically there's a way of shooting an ensemble movie with big names where you just position them on certain calendar days of your shoot. So you might even write the script knowing that, like, hey, if we have this actor or this actress in this role, and they have this down to a science with something like this. A lot of the big stakes here, folks. A lot of money being spent to make this movie, a lot of money coming in, and the franchise continues, etc. So, for instance, you don't Tyrese Gibson, I'm guessing, but I'm not sure. Does his character always have these like near-death experiences in all the movies? But he's a good utility guy. He's a good character, Tyrese Gibson's character, that everyone seems to like, so they keep bringing him back. You know what I mean? So you don't kill him. You don't kill your Ludacris. I mean, you know, that's the one thing about the Rocky franchise. To be honest, they kind of fucked up. After a while, it was like, we got to kill everybody. We got to kill Mickey. We got to kill fucking Carl Weathers, you know? You can't kill everybody because then you have no one left. So they're doing a good job of not killing everyone. I don't know. I guess I feel it's hard for me to really. I mean, the movie's enjoyable. It does feel a tinge like 12 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. You know, just meaning that spoiler. By the time we get to fucking Ludacris and Tyrese in space, I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? 12 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. Now, if you don't want to say shit, you can say crap or bananas or eggs. Just too much of a good thing in a bag that's too small. Charlize's haircut, I did not appreciate. I don't know what was going on with her hair. She looks great, though, besides her hair. Just a little odd. Just, I don't know. Just, you know, I like Vin Diesel in this. Like, this is his deal. But still, a lot of posturing. And the whole, like, Dom gets drowned in the water. And he goes into his childhood. And then he kind of... He wakes up and is in a dream sequence. What the fuck? So, I mean, I think there's going to be some things in this movie that the hardcore F5, F9 fans are going to finger bang themselves in anger about what's going on with our movie. But apparently they've done this before, because I did do some research, and apparently this Straham's character once killed a member of the team, but yet now he's kind of part of the team. And I guess there was this Straham and Hobbs did a sequel or a spinoff, and that's referred to in this one. So there's this whole goddamn universe of Fast and the Furious, of which I'm new. Now, am I going to sit there and have some session where I watch all these fucking movies in a row so I can catch up? The answer is no. I'm not going to do that. And just, you know what I mean? I tried to get into the fucking Lord of the Rings movies. It was difficult. I couldn't get into them. I tried. So I try to see like some of this pop culture shit that I missed out on, and some of it's good and some of it's not. But I can see that this movie, had I been there from the get, as they say, I probably would have enjoyed this movie more. Or all these movies. So I got mixed feelings. I thought Cena was pretty good. Give Cena credit, you know. What else? I don't know. Just a lot of posturing. I guess I would refer you to, not to always put myself over, but who the fuck else will? The Impeccable, my movie, Disregard the Vampire, Mike Messier documentary. But The Impeccable, So You're the Guy, if you want to see a comedy. Mike's original playlist, Blood Sugar Sid Ace, the feature. Look at how I've worked with my actors. Look at how I've trained my actors. Look how they've done the homework on their own and rehearsed with each other and the chemistry. For a fraction of these Hollywood prices, I think I'm providing you with entertainment that has more intrinsic quality and value. I just feel that way. And yes, art is a subjective form, But you're not going to tell me that these guys in this fucking F9 movie are giving you better performances than you'll see in The Impeccable. You're not going to tell me that. I'm not going to believe you. Okay? Watch it and you decide. Because what it is in these movies is these actors, and I'll give them credit, they memorize their lines, but there's a certain swagger, but it's posturing. Posturing. It's not real character development, it's posturing. I don't know how the fuck else to explain it without taking an hour of your time. Okay, so if the movie's worth seeing, pack your picnic lunch because you'll be there for a while. It's like 2 hours and 20 minutes. I'm getting out of the theater at 1:08. The movie started at 10:30. A lot of previews, etc. Now we segue. Okay, so you might, if you're new to this channel, I appreciate you being here. You might have subscribed just because you thought I was going to be filling your life full of AEW clips left and right with no other content. Well, ta-da, surprise, Terry Funk in a box. There's more to Mike Messier. There's more to subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel than AEW clips, obviously. There's Mike's original playlist. There's Mike's meals, very exciting. There's Mike's instant movie and film reviews and TV reviews, and that's where you are now. Messier Mantra, great TV show hosted by me. So you might be saying, well, gee whiz, this is very exciting. What am I in for? And why are you not in a studio? Why don't you have some fucking backdrop like all these other YouTube assholes? Because I believe in a raw, organic fucking approach. I just feel like giving it to you straight from the fucking hip. I'm not going to waste my time sitting around editing some fucking video for YouTube. I'm going to give you raw, emotional, visceral activity of my life. And part of that is going to the goddamn movies and giving you these fucking reviews. And also as an encouragement for you to go to the movies and fucking keep the movie industry, especially movie theaters, open. Because I don't want to be here 5 years from now and all the movie theaters are closed because people like yourself didn't buy a ticket. Now we're going to segue into the controversies of the day. Ready? So I'm getting a lot of critiques and criticisms from all fronts on Twitter. What am I getting on Twitter? Being accused of being a hypocrite, a homer. And the new one from Johnny Z, I like this one. A tag snitch. A wrestler tag snitch. So I'll give you credit, Johnny. I didn't know what the fuck that was, but I get your point. But I mean, Johnny was really kind of raking this. Holy fuck. Johnny was giving. Johnny was giving Chris Statlander, fucking wrestler, a female wrestler who thinks she's a fucking alien, giving her a hard time about her sloppy ring work. I don't know if he's true. I mean, I don't fucking know. And has she injured people, Johnny? You tell me, buddy. I don't know. So I retort, and I fucking tagged Chris Statlander, because from my perspective, fuck, let her chime in if she gives a fuck. And then he calls me a fucking tag snitch. And then he drags Kevin Castle in, who gives a fuck less. And so it just got funny. I don't know, Johnny. I mean, fuck. I mean, for me, if you haven't figured it out, which I'm sure he has, I'm just trying to get the fucking clicks and views and subs up. So what the fuck do I care if Chris Statlander cries in her fucking alien soup? I mean, she seems pretty happy. She's working like 2 or 3 days a week, probably making $150,000 in AEW, married or fucking or having sex with Orange Cassidy. You know, like, they're happy people, right? So they're doing fine. So if she's stiff in the ring or if she's injuring people, I agree. That's bullshit. I don't know that to be true. Johnny provided a GIF is it a GIF or just a fucking video of Chris Statlander doing like a tombstone pile driver on the bunny the other night, or actually, I guess it was the other night, Saturday night. And yeah, Johnny looked a little stiff. But I don't know. I mean, is the bunny in the hospital? I mean, I'm not making fun. I don't know. Bunny's actually very attractive, by the way. Another one of these AEW women that looks better in fucking real life than on TV. Bunny's hot. Not that she was unattractive on television, but I don't know, these women. Then, what else? So I'm getting crucified over there. Then my fanhood of Barry Windham, who was a wrestler from 30 years ago, that's being mocked. Well, what the fuck? Watch the Barry Windham versus Brian Pillman tape fist match at, I believe it's Super Brawl 1, May of 1991 in Florida. I think from the James L. Knight Center, going by memory. Great match. Watch that. It's a short match. You won't be there all night. I'm currently watching the NWA title tournament. Lou Thez has chimed in that he's appreciative. Thank you, Lou. And so forth. Benny Scala continues to support all the Mike's Meals. I appreciate that. We got CG Chris, who's been very busy, but he's chiming in. Jay Baca has been silent as of late. Still missing Mistress Jen, one of my early supporters. I don't know if she's bailed on me. But Mistress Jen, Damon Campana, all the wonderful people, new supporters, 822 subscribers. I do appreciate it. Now another critique and criticism. Johnny, once again, is wondering why do I have to call everyone idiots and marks. I mean, that's part of the thing. I mean, but I'll give you a deep psychological answer, John E., which is part of my anger towards WWE fans or WWE product is really anger at myself, because I feel like I've put a lot of time into that company. I've put a lot of money into that company. I've gotten other people to put their time and money into that company as fans. As you know, I had the job interview in 2007 for the WWE, and I feel like I've put a lot of time and effort into this company that is now doing things that I just don't agree with, and so it hurts on some level. So when I'm pointing the finger at the fans and saying big marks and big idiots, there's 4 fingers pointed back at me, buddy. So, but I do feel, on top of that, here's the cherry on the sundae, buddy. I do feel like a lot of pro wrestling fans, regardless of the company they're watching, spend too much time worrying about, obsessing about, trying to figure out pro wrestling. It's really fucking entertaining, let's be honest. The fucking shoot interviews, the matches themselves, the promos, the women are attractive. So it's easy to fall into that rabbit hole, but then life just fucking goes right by now, doesn't it? So I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm trying to make wrestling work for me. That's why these AEW clips are so important. They get new eyeballs on me and my fucking channel. And hey, what the fuck? And so I'm trying to make something for myself. What can I tell you? I'm a selfish asshole like everybody else in the world. Next point, over on fucking Facebook world, I don't know how much he's into it. I mean, I think he's serious, but I don't know. Michael Monty of the Monty and the Pharaoh show, and I wonder if the Pharaoh has taken over the account, because it seems a little bit different in tone and tenor. But this whole Chris Benoit thing is getting way out of hand. At no point, Mike or Monty or the Pharaoh, or Mike Monty and the Pharaoh, Jimmy Pharaoh, at no point did I fucking defend Chris Benoit if in fact he did murder himself and his family, in other words, a murder-suicide. I'm not defending those actions, for crying out loud. How could I? It's deplorable. What I was trying to do in that video, which, like I said, was taped 2.5 years ago, where there was a little less evidence that, in fact, Benoit was guilty of these crimes, at least released to the general public, meaning me and others. But all this speculation from Hornswoggle, from people doing YouTube videos, people raise a lot of doubts about Benoit's guilt. I was trying to broach the gap between the Benoit fanatics, maybe fanaticals, and the Benoit haters. I mean, it's really tough because, look, it's a very divisive thing, and I get that. And part of it also, just so you know, when Benoit murder weekend happened, I was actually traveling to a film school, and then I got to the film school with no cable television. And so I was kind of out of the loop, like that whole Benoit tribute night and everything. So it just registers for me differently, because when I finally got out of that film school that summer of 2007, it's like I had to play catch up, and it was like it didn't click in because I didn't experience it as much as everybody else in lifetime. I'm just being honest, and people may or may not appreciate that or whatever. But if you don't experience something in live time as it happens, a news event, a news cycle, so to speak, you're always kind of disengaged from it a bit. But I'm not making excuses for Benoit if he killed his family and himself. I mean, you could. I mean, people do all the fucking time. They talk about the concussions, the fucking atrophy of the brain. I don't know what to say. It's a horrible fucking situation. Nancy, I hate to say, I don't know what to call her. Nancy. You know, I just call her Nancy because she seemed like a real great lady who was very dedicated to pro wrestling. In fact, I was planning, but did not get around to yet, a special video, just a rant, just a tribute, talking about Nancy and her career with Doom and the Horsemen and Kevin Sullivan and ECW. I mean, she did a lot of cool shit. I mean, have you seen the Tommy, I think it was Tommy Dreamer Sandman caning match? Did you ever see that one from ECW? So Nancy was great. I even put that in the fucking post, which people ignored. But I mean, like I said, I made the goddamn video 2.5 years ago, and it was trying to bridge the gap between the Benoit haters and the enthusiasts. And it seems like just sharing the video causes more of a gap. So what the F? WWE, and look, if you think that I'm in a tough spot with that, imagine what WWE is in, which I do empathize, sympathize, whatever the fuck thighs. Because they've got all these catalogs, and you got guys like Chris Jericho who's like, hey, show my ladder match with Benoit. It's not my fault. And then it gets confusing and mortally confusing. And, you know, at the time they have the WWE Network. I'd be interested in what's going on with people that still have the network in your UK. You couldn't, like, put Chris Benoit in the search engine for WWE. And also, you couldn't put Hulk Hogan in it for a while. You could put it in there, but they wouldn't come up with the results. Point is, I don't have the fucking solution. I don't have the fucking answers. Was his brain deteriorated from too many headbutts? One guy on YouTube did a whole Chris Benoit's final matches thing where he, like, analyzed all of Benoit's final matches. It was pretty interesting. It was interesting. Other people are creating these Benoit videos with all these things. Hornswoggle with his conspiracy theories. I don't know what to tell you, Mike. I mean, but Mike's going off the handle. Another thing I didn't appreciate, Mike, is that he's kind of there's this commenter guy, whoever the fuck that was. I don't know the commenter guy. That's your buddy, not mine. Was making a bunch of comments, and you're kind of lumping me in with him. Well, I'm not him. I don't know what the fuck that guy is doing. He's not even writing his comments in proper English. There's no punctuation. I can't follow it. Seems like he means well. I think. I don't fucking know. I don't have all the cure for all these ailments. I'm just a guy. Anyway, what else? I did some writing this weekend. I finally caught up to my writing. I was supposed to go to a baseball game on whatever the fuck Friday. I didn't go. I just didn't feel up to it. And so forth. So that's it. Mike Messier. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Like I said, for those of you that are new, thanks for coming in. Thanks for joining the fold. I don't want to be like fucking Dom Torrenti in the Fast and the Furious. Welcome to the family. I mean, fuck. It's a YouTube channel. Subscribe. Enjoy. You'll see that I give plenty of shout outs to people. So for all the new people, if you make yourself known and have a lot of insightful comments, go right ahead. I might give you a shout out. If you have any requests for topics, go ahead. If I fucking know about the topic, it might be something I don't know about. But anyway, I'll be watching the NWA title tournament late night tonight. I guess who's wrestling? The Great Muta versus Barry Windham. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Have a good week, everyone. It's Monday morning.